banker in London sends the latest stock info
A banker in London sends the latest stock info
to his colleagues in Hong Kong in less than a second.
to his colleague in Hong Kong in less than a second.
With a single click, a customer in New York
With a single click, a customer in New York
orders electronics made in Beijing,
orders electronics made in Beijing,
transported across the ocean within days
transport across the oceans within days
by cargo plane or container ship.
by cargo plane or container ship.
The speed and volume at which goods and information move by cargo plane or container ship. The speed and volume at which goods and information
The speed and volume at which goods and information
move across the world today is unprecedented in
move across the world today is unprecedented in history.
history. But global exchange itself is older than we
But global exchange itself is older than we think,
think, reaching back over 2,000 years along a 5,000-mile stretch
reaching back over 2,000 years along a 5,000-mile stretch
known as the Silk Road.
known as the Silk Road.
The Silk Road wasn't actually a single road,
The Silk Road wasn't actually a single road,
but a network of multiple routes that gradually. The Silk Road wasn't actually a single road, but a network of multiple
but a network of multi-line roads
routes that gradually emerged over
centuries,
connecting to various settlements and to each other,
connecting to various settlements and to each other,
thread by thread.
thread by thread.
The first agricultural civilizations were isolated places
The first agricultural civilizations were isolated blacks
in fertile river valleys.
in fertile river valleys.
Their travel impeded by surrounding geography
They travel impacted by surrounding geography
and fear of the unknown.
in fear of the unknown.
But as they grew,
But as they grew,
they found that the arid deserts and steppes on their borders
they found that the arid deserts and steppes on their borders
were inhabited not by the demons of folklore,
were inhabited not by the demons of folklore,
but nomadic tribes on horseback.
but nomadic tribes on horseback.
The Scythians, who ranged from Hungary to Mongolia,
The Scythians, who ranged from Hungary to Mongolia,
had come in contact with the civilizations of Greece. The Scythians, who ranged from Hungary to Mongolia, had come in contact with
the civilizations of
the civilizations of Greece, Egypt, India,
Greece, Egypt, India, and China.
and China. These encounters were often less than peaceful,
These encounters were often less than peaceful,
but even through raids and warfare,
but even through raids and warfare,
as well as trade and protection of traveling merchants.
as well as trade and protection of traveling merchants
In exchange for
in exchange for tariffs.
tariffs. The nomads began to spread goods, ideas, and
The nomads began to spread goods and ideas, technologies
technologies between cultures with no direct
between cultures with no direct contact.
contact. One of the most important strands of this growing
One of the most important strands of this growing web
web was the Persian Royal Road,
was the Persian Road,
completed by Darius I in the 5th century BCE.
completed by Darius I in the 5th century BCE,
Stretching nearly 2,000 miles from the Tigris River to the Aegean
stretching nearly 2,000 miles from the Tigris River to the Aegean Sea.
Sea. Its regular relay points allowed goods and messages
Its regular relay points allow goods and messages
to travel in nearly 1/10 the time it would take a
to travel at nearly 1/10 the time it would take a single traveler.
single traveler. With Alexander the Great's conquest of
With Alexander the Great's conquest of Persia
Persia and expansion into Central Asia through capturing cities like Samarkand,
and expansion into Central Asia through capturing cities like Samarkand
and establishing new ones like Alexandria,
and establishing new ones like Alexandria Strait.
as shot. The network of Greek, Egyptian, Persian, and Indian culture.
The network of Greek, Egyptian, Persian, and Indian culture and trade
Extended farther east than ever before.
extend further east than ever before,
Laying the foundations for a bridge between China and
laying the foundations for the bridge between China and the West.
the West. This was realized in the 2nd century
This was realized in the 2nd century BCE,
BCE when an ambassador named Chen Kuan
sent
to negotiate with nomads in the West.
sent to negotiate with nomads in the West.
Returned to the Han Emperor with tales of Qian sent to negotiate with nomads in the West.
Returned to the Han Emperor with tales of
sophisticated civilizations.
Sophisticated civilization, prosperous trade,
and exotic goods beyond the western borders.
and exotic goods beyond the western borders.
Ambassadors and merchants were sent.
Ambassadors and merchants were sent towards
Persia and India to trade silk and jade for horses and
Persia and India to trade silk and jade for horses and cotton,
along with armies to secure their
along with armies to secure their passage.
Eastern and western routes gradually linked together and Eastern and western routes gradually linked together
Eastern and western routes gradually link together
into an integrated system,
spanning Eurasia,
enabling cultural and commercial exchange
farther than ever before.
Chinese goods made their way to
Chinese goods made their way to Rome,
causing an outflow of gold
causing an outflow of gold that led to a ban on silk.
While Roman glassware was highly prized
in China.
Military expeditions in
Central Asia
Asia also saw encounters between Chinese and Roman soldiers. Possibly even transmitting crossbow technology to the
Western world.
Demand for exotic and foreign goods
and the profits they brought
kept the strands of the Silk Road
intact,
even as the Roman Empire
disintegrated,
and Chinese dynasties
rose and fell.
Even Mongolian hordes known for pillage and plunder actively protected the trade routes rather than disrupting
them.
But along with commodities, these routes also
these routes also enable
the movement of traditions, innovations, ideologies, and language.
The movement of traditions, innovations, ideologies, and languages.
Originating in India, Buddhism migrated to China and Japan.
Originating in India, Buddhism migrated to China and Japan.
To become the dominant religion there. Islam spread from the Arabian Peninsula into South Asia.
Islam spread from the Arabian Peninsula into South Asia,
blending with native beliefs, and leading to new faiths like Sikhism. And gunpowder made its way from China to the Middle East. Forging the futures of the Ottoman, Safavid, and Mughal.
Forging the futures of the Ottoman, Safavid, and the Mughal empires.